Hey everybody, and welcome back to WySLICE. So we've had a look at solving our maze before. You've familiarized yourselves with the problem and you have thought about some of the steps you're taking depending on what you're seeing, depending on the conditions that you're in. So in other words, you have tried to make explicit what we as humans do implicitly, that we think about the problem and we come up with a strategy for solving this, and this happens extremely quickly. We don't even really think about this. But when we want to get a computer to do the same thing, we do have to make it explicit because the computer doesn't have any common sense or anything like that. We can't just tell it, go and solve the problem, and it magically comes up with a way of doing that. We have to be very explicit. Okay, here's the first step. Here's the second step. This is what you do in this situation. This is what you do in that situation. So that's what we've been trying to do so far. For the next bit, we're actually going to put all of this together into an algorithm. And depending on how many rules you've written down in the previous step, you might already be there. So what I want you to do now is take a piece of paper where you've written down the individual actions that you're taking, the scenarios that you're considering, what about the input it is that you're taking into account, and try to make that into a full algorithm. So essentially something fully automated that you can give to somebody who has never seen mazes before, doesn't know anything about solving mazes, and they would be able to solve the maze for you. So really something that if you expressed it in code, you would be able to give to a computer and enable that computer to solve this maze. Now, one of the things to think about this is that there are lots of things that are so obvious to us that we don't even think about them. I'll give you one example. When you see the exit of the maze, go there. That might not be in your list of things to consider and in your list of actions to take because, well, yes, obviously, if you see the exit, then go there, right? This is why are we even talking about this? Well, we're talking about it because it's not obvious to a computer. The computer doesn't have a notion of that this is where we want to go. So when you see it, go there, you have to be very explicit. So there needs to be a rule that says something along the lines of, when you see the exit and there's nothing in between you and the exit, so you're not seeing this through a wall, then go to the exit. So try to formulate that, try to make that even more explicit about all the things that you've been thinking about when you were solving this problem, and put everything together into an algorithm. Again, on a piece of paper, so don't write any code for this, just write it out in English as essentially a set of instructions that you could give to another person. And then once you have done that, what I want you to do is go back to the maze game and apply your algorithm. As in, you're really just stepping through it. So you're not thinking about it, you're not injecting any common sense or any knowledge that you might have as a human, you're just running the algorithm. And see how that goes. So you're really just stepping through the different things. If I'm at a dead end, do this. If I am at a junction, there's a fork, then I want to do that. If I see the exit, go towards the exit. Have a look at that, just apply the algorithm. Try not to think about it too much because, well, that's what computers do. They don't really think, they just do exactly what you told them. So try to be the computer, try to apply the algorithm that you have come up with for solving this maze.